Texas League Baseball is next. And a good Saturday night, everybody. We welcome you into the live broadcast of Texas League Baseball. And now, here is the voice of your San Antonio Missions, the one, the only, John Baker. Well, thank you, Bob. Good evening, everybody. We welcome you into a live broadcast, and it is Game 5 of our 6-game set between the visiting Corpus Christi Hooks and your San Antonio Missions. Well, gotta say, tonight is Star Wars night, presented by our great friends there at Lucasfilm Limited, and so far, pretty good on that. Well, we battle it out as Sith versus Jedi, Rebellion versus a evil galactic empire, and so much more. And Bob, you look like you're dressed up like a rebel trooper. Yeah, I kind of am looking like a rebel trooper. Kind of look like one of them guys from Rogue One when that movie released in 2000. I think it was 2017, I guess. No? No, 2016 was basically when the movie released, but it was a pretty good movie. Not like the series on Disney Plus where it was called Andor and stuff. Oh yeah, I remember that. Andor ran for 2 seasons, and so far it ties in to Rogue One, and so far pretty good on that. Well, anyway, it's also post-game fireworks tonight. Everybody in attendance can watch the fireworks show right after. And then, yes, tomorrow is it. One more day left here at home, and so far we are saying goodbye after tomorrow evening. Well, go online now at samissions.com. Get your tickets for tonight and tomorrow as we get things going for our last 2 games of this regular season. San Antonio will head to Springfield after tomorrow night's ball game, and so far we just wish the Missions the best of luck as they'll play their last 6, and then, well, I guess that's it. I mean, we're really starting to close out the regular season. The playoff rounds will also begin. I mean, our Final 4, Springfield for sure is getting in there. Midland is already in the playoff round spot. And so far, San Antonio needs to win at least 80 to claim that Texas League position and to get into the playoff spots with their other ball clubs. But anyway, I gotta say, Midland and Springfield are the first 2 teams in the Texas League that have claimed a first half Texas League South ticket, and so far it's going pretty good on that. Well, anyway, yeah, Bob, last night Corpus Christi took the W, and did we know the final score of that? Was it like 7-5, or what score was that? Well, I could already tell that it was the final score of 8-4, and so far, pretty good game last night. Oh, okay, so I do remember. Jog my memory just a little bit, just to see where I'm at. But anyway, I gotta say, it was a pretty good ball game, and so far tonight will be a deciding factor of who's going to win this one and the next game tomorrow evening. Well, anyway, Gotta say, we're just set to go. It's time to get ourselves going. So anyway, thank you, Bob. We'll make our pregame show short and sweet. And so far, we're ready to go. Well, anyway, it's a overcast evening with temperatures up 94 degrees. Evidently, we've had rain around the area, thunderstorms as well. But evidently, it is a nice cloudy evening. But temperatures should go down by at least the 70s tonight, which that would be pretty good as well. Well, a left-hander, Ryan Orch, is getting this call for San Antonio. It's a four-seam fastball, slider, curveball, and a two-seam fastball. Well, for San Antonio, I gotta say,
Christi,
the home white uniforms look like stormtrooper armor. Yeah, I gotta say, John, it really does. What a leadoff batter tonight for Corpus Christi is Jesus Bastidas. And we are ready to go as that one is fouled off. The count now at 0-1. All teams are playing tonight. It's so far a pretty good one. That one fouled off. The count now at 0-2. Well, anyway, I gotta say, just a nice cool evening. Cool front has not came in yet. Ground ball, straightaway Rojas will have it in perfectly with Castañon, and that is out number one.
Batting second, the right fielder, Luis Baez.
Well, Luis Baez coming in as we're ready to go. One away, nobody on here in the top of the first inning. That one is fouled off, and the count now at 0-1. San Antonio has 71-57 of the year. Frisco is 3.5 games back against San Antonio. Amarillo 63-66. Midland at 59-73. Boy, they were the first place winners in the Texas League South, and Springfield being the Texas League North winners. Here's the 0-2. That one is fouled off. The count now at 0-2. Well, anyway, still hoping San Antonio will get in there as they did the last few years. And that's going to be a liner straightaway up to center field. And that's going to get in for a leadoff base hit. But, yeah, anyway, going to be a pretty good one if the Missions could get in and hopefully get something going. Here is Luis Encarnacion as he'll come in. Wind up in the pitch. That one is outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0. Right there and out of play. Foul, and the count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and that's a swing and a miss. Right there, the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2, one more time. Called third strike. We got him down. And that is 2 down. But still the runner remaining at first base. Which that is right there, pretty good. Zach Daniels coming in as he'll take that strike. And it's the count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And he's going, and right there, that is a fair ball straight away. They're chasing after it. Campbell is trying to get the ball back in, but Corpus Christi scores on Zach Daniels' RBI double. And that will put Corpus Christi up by 1-0 here in the early goings. Cam Smith coming in is ready to go. And a pitch. And that's fouled off. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at second. Corpus Christi up by 1. Miller score up in is 95. Here's the pitch. That one is right there, line drive. And that is up to right field. Finally put the inning to bed. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on, I should say. And we're going to the bottom of the first. And Corpus Christi up by 1-0 after the Zach Daniels double. Well, we'll be right back after this, and so far keep us going as we get ready for the bottom of the first. Bow set to go for the bottom of the first inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, here's a right-hander. Logan Vanway will get the call for Corpus Christi tonight. And what do we know about him, Bob? Well, he's got a 94 on the four-seam slider, changeup, and a sinker. Will follow in suit. And so far, pretty good on top of that. Well, leading off the bottom of the first inning for San Antonio, here is left fielder Albert Fabian, as he'll strike up first for the Missions here tonight. Vanway on the mound for Corpus Christi, and that's going to be right there and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, Bob, I got to say, are you happy about tomorrow? Yeah, I got to say, I guess I am. I don't know if I am or not. Well, that's going to be Bash. That is right field trying to get there, and he does indeed. Right on the warning track is out number 1. You know, and I've got to say, Bob, this has been one of the longest seasons we've had. But evidently, we got through another year. Romeo Sanabria coming in. Ready to go. Hits that one high fly in the air. And that will land for the base hit. Straightaway left. And there is first hit for San Antonio, which that is pretty good. Joshua Mears coming in. He's set to go. Runner at first. 1 away here in this half inning. That one is high and outside for a ball. The count now 1-0. So far, we've got Tulsa at Wichita, Springfield at Northwest Arkansas, Amarillo at Arkansas, Frisco at Midland, and Corpus Christi tonight here in San Antonio. Right there, ground ball, third, the second for 1, and they relay it in time, and that's the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. As we head to the second inning, Corpus Christi up by 1-0. So that'll give us Austin Demingcole and Jaworski to lead it off for inning number 2 when we come back. Now set to go for the top of the second inning for Corpus Christi right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Austin Deming coming in, 6-7-8, due up against Ryan Och as he is getting ready to go for his second inning of work. That one is lofted high in the air, and that's going to get down a line drive base hit all the way to the wall, the warning track, and he's not stopping. He wants 3, and he's in there safely with a leadoff triple. Well, by golly, that was pretty good on that line drive, and Corpus Christi trying to win another one. Even though one more game here in San Antonio, and then they're heading home taking on Wichita starting Tuesday through next Sunday. But that right there is pretty good. You have a pretty good schedule. And that one is the line high in the air up to the second baseman, Cedeno. And that is out number 1. So the runner at third still stays put.
Chase Jaworski.
Chase Jaworski coming in as he's set to go. Runner still holding on at third. 1 away. Wind up and the pitch. That is outside on the slider. And the count now at 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0 delivery.
Nope, that's inside.
And that one is outside. The count now at 2 balls and no strikes. Two-0. That one right there. And they'll pass it straight away first. And the score is now 2-0 because of that score coming in. So Chase Jaworski gets the sacrifice, and the runner from third gets scored in. Brian Lavastida coming in. 2 away, nobody on. And that's an inside strike. The count now at 0-1. Well, tomorrow being our last day in San Antonio, we close out another great baseball season here at home. That one straight away up to shortstop DeVries. Passes to Castañon. Inning over. So no runs. Well, I should say 1 run in on a couple of hits, no errors, and nobody left. We head to the bottom half of the second inning, and it is Corpus Christi leading 2-0. Now set to go for the bottom of the second inning. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Marcos Castañon coming in. Lean off the bottom of the second for San Antonio. Wind up in the pitch. That one is got high in the air up to center field. And that is a great catch by that center fielder.
The right fielder, number 7.
That'll bring up number 7, Jacob Campbell, the right fielder. And that's an inside strike, and the count now at 0-1.
Ball, that's off the plate.
And that is outside, 1-1. Here's the pitch. That one is a high pop-up straightaway center. And the center fielder will get his second ball and call it his own for the out.
Designated hitter, Cole Roederer.
Cole Roederer standing in. Two down, nobody on. Here's the pitch by Van Way. Swings and misses that one.
0-1.
And the count now at 0-1. That's in for a strike. The count now 0-2. Here's the pitch. And that one's going to be bashed right there, high in the air. And right on the warning track, that's the inning over. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on for San Antonio. We head to the third. Aristides, Baez, and Encarnacion will get us started for the top of 3. Third inning set to go here tonight for Corpus Christi. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Jesus Bastidas coming in as we're set to go in the top of the third inning. That one's got to be fouled off. The count now at 0-1. Well, evidently, got to get them tickets ordered, because tomorrow will be the last game of our regular season here in San Antonio. Here's the pitch, and right there,
Now batting, the
that
right
is
fielder,
a
Luis.
no-out double for Jesus Bastidas. After the pitch that was pretty much a base hit to the left field area, we'll put number 84 out in scoring position. Here is Luis Baez. Swings and misses. And the count now at 0-1. He was 1 for 1. A single last time up during this ball game. And here's the 0-1. That's going to be right there. Line drive. That's a base hit straight away. And that is another run in to score on the RBI double by Luis Baez. So it's now 3-0 Corpus Christi.
First baseman, number 4, Luis Encarnacion.
Well, Luis Encarnacion coming in. Nobody out. Runner loves to play with the horse a lot. Huh? What'd you say? Oh, nothing, Bob. Encarnacion coming in. We'll take an inside strike. The count now at 0-1. No balls. One strike. Runner at second. Number 29. And a pitch. That one fouled off. The count now 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Wind up and the pitch. That one skied high in the air, up in right field, and that'll go foul. Here's the 0-2. And right there, now to play. No balls and 2 strikes to count. And the pitch. And that's right there, ball 1. Throw down the first to keep... Oh, yeah, that's not first. That's throw down to third. I do apologize about that. Here's the 1-2. Called third strike. They got him. So 1 down.
The batter, the left fielder, Zach Daniels.
So Zach Daniels coming in. He was the 1-for-1 and RBI. And so far, pretty good on that. Here's the pitch. It's in for a strike. The count now at 0-1. That one's skied high in the air up the center. Moving under it is Joshua Mears, but no tag up there at second base.
Now batting, the third baseman, Cam Smith.
Oh, Cam Smith coming in. It's ready to go here in the top of the third. What is left? Runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch. And that's fouled off. And that one is bashed. And that one's gone. A home run. Well, make it 5-0 for Corpus Christi. And so far, that walk-off home run will put them another pair inside. Boy, your sure is squeaky. Yeah, it probably could be. Here is Austin Deming. That one popped up high in the air up to right field. And right fielder Campbell will make it himself. And that will retire this side. So 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. And at least 0 left on.
Leading up for San Antonio.
Well, we get ready to go for the last half of this third inning. Here is Yendry Rojas. Foul that one off. The count now at 0-1. And that's down and in. Change up. The count now 1-1. And that's a swing and a miss. Count now at 0-2. And right there, called third strike. We'll easily get
Batting
him.
eighth, the second baseman, Williams. Cedeno.
Here is Nerwillian Cedeno as he comes in and takes that one in for a strike. And the count now at 0-1. Here's the pitch. And that's about off. And the pitch. Right there, foul. And the count now at 0-2. And the pitch. That's right there. And out of play. Right there, called third strike. Got him down looking. Well, that'd be the side retired.
Number 94.
Oh boy. Well, Leo Dallas DeVries coming in. No balls, one strike, 2 outs. Trying to get some more runs in.
Nope.
And 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Right there. Up and third. And that's the inning over. Well, inning over as we go on to that one. I do apologize about that. Are you okay, John? I think I might need to go get some water and splash that in my face to see if I'm still awake. But anyway, we do apologize about the last half of the inning. And so far, no runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on for Corpus Christi. And we're on now to the 4th inning, right after the commercial messages. Cool, Jaworski and Lavastida will be the first 3 for the top of the 4th inning for Corpus Christi. And we will be right back. So y'all be safe and travel home when you go home. Bottom half of the 4th inning set to go right now. The Missions Baseball Network. It's top of the 4th. Well, anyway, here we go with the top of 4 about set to go, and the left-hander Omar Cruz getting ready to go. He's got a 4-seam curveball and a changeup, and a 2-seam fastball as well. Well, we do apologize. I was about ready to doze off in the middle of broadcast, but hear me out. I just had to go get some water in the face. Well, the leadoff batter, Zach Cole, coming in, 7-8-9, due up against Omar Cruz. And here's the pitch right in the inside corner. Called strike. It's 0-1.
0-1.
0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. 0- We got a great crowd tonight, right, Bob? Yeah, I gotta say, for Star Wars night, yes, it is. That one fouled in the way. The count now at 0-2. So fourth inning already. Wow, we're just going right by. That's fouled off, still hanging on. No balls, 2 strikes. It's top of the fourth. Corpus Christi 5, San Antonio nothing. All 5 runs have been well earned by Corpus Christi's defense. And that's going to be right there. He'll go for it. And right in time for the out, strikeout and the wild pitch, but still get the affordable out.
Chase Jaworski.
Chase Jaworski is 0 for 1, a ground out and an RBI. Here's the pitch. That one high fly in the air up to left field. Fabian will get under it, make the play for out number 2.
Now batting, the catcher, Brian Lavastida.
Well, the catcher now, Brian Lavastida, 0 for 1 and a ground out. He'll apologize. My nose is starting to run again. Well, look like you need to get some a nasal relief to open up your nose. Yeah, probably do. Here's the 0-1. Right there and in. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. That one, ground ball, straight away up to Rojas. And to first base, Castañon will get it in plenty of time. With that, the side is retired. No runs, hits, or errors, nobody left on for Corpus Christi. We go 4.5. The Hooks out in front by 5. Albert Fabian will get us going the last half of the fourth inning when we get back. We go now to the bottom half of the fourth inning, straight ahead on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. And the leadoff batter, Albert Fabian, will get things going. 0 for 1 of the night. And here's the pitch. That one popped high in the air up to the second baseman. And that is out number 1.
Now batting, the catcher, Romeo.
Well, the catcher now is Romeo Sanabria. So far, a pretty good one here tonight, but Corpus Christi up by a 5-0 lead. And that's going to be high fly in the air up in right center field. The right fielder makes the play, and they're 2 down.
Now batting, the center fielder, Joshua Mears.
Center fielder Joshua Mears coming in. They'll set to go here in this one. That's an inside strike. And the count now at 0-1. But tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Dr. Pepper and West Creek Trail Rides, presenting by our fireworks show this evening. Well, that will be out number 3, as that will do for the side is retired. No runs, hits, errors for San Antonio. We head now to the 5th. Bastidas, Baez, and Encarnacion will lead us off in the 5th when we come back. Well, we head to the top half of the 5th inning, straight ahead, the Missions Baseball Network. Here is Jesus Bastidas, I do apologize. Jesus Bastidas coming in now as that's a pitch thrown down and in. The count now at 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That's an inside strike. The count now at 0-2. Here's a windup and the pitch. Down high fly in the air up to left field. Fabian will get there, making plenty of time for the out.
Now batting, the right fielder, Luis Baez.
Luis Baez coming in. Wind up and the pitch is right there, foul. Count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. And here's the pitch. is in for a strike. The count now at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, the windup. And that one is foul. We still got to keep the plate discipline going. Here's the windup and the pitch.
Ball 1.
And that's a ball down and in. Count now 1-2. There's a 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him.
Now batting, the first baseman, Luis Encarnacion.
Luis Encarnacion coming in now. And that one fouled off. Count now 0-1. Here's the 0-1. That one fouled off. The count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. John, are you okay? Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, goodness. Getting a little tired, but I'm doing okay. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be lofted high in the air. Up to right field. Campbell will make it in time. And there's the half inning already done. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for Corpus Christi. We head now to the bottom of the 5th. And the Hooks out in front by 5-0 against San Antonio. We're about set to go as Castagnon, Campbell, and Roederer will get things started for us in the bottom half of 5 when we come back. All right, we're down to the last half of the fifth inning. Coming up right now on the Mission's Baseball Network. Well, that'll bring up Marcos Castañon as he stands in 4, 5, and 6. Due up, that one is going to get hit foul. The count now at 0-1. I know, I guess I got to say it's been a long, long day. Yeah, it has been a very long day. Right there, swing and a miss. Count now 0-2.
0-2.
Here's pitch. Swing and a miss. They got him. So in time for the out.
Number 7.
And that'll bring up the right fielder, Jacob Campbell. That one is right there. Line drive. And flip it to first in time for the out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Cole Roederer.
Cole Roederer coming in as he's 0 for 1 a fly out. Well, hopefully everybody is still enjoying this. That one lofted high in the air up to center. Moving under it, the center fielder makes the play. Inning over. No runs, hits, or errors. And nobody left on for San Antonio. We head to the top half of the sixth. And it's 5-0 lead for Corpus Christi. So we'll be back here as Zach Daniels, Smith, and Deming will follow suit. And we'll be right back. So our score is 5-0 for Corpus Christi. And we will be right back. Well, we go to the last half of the fifth inning here in San Antonio tonight, and top of the sixth inning. I do apologize. Zach Daniels coming in as we are up now to the sixth inning. Few more innings to go on the Saturday evening. That one right there and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0. That one fouled off, and that's late for a fastball. And the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The windup and the pitch. That one fouled off. 1-2. Oh, excuse me. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. And here he goes. That one high in the air, up to center field. Joshua Mears makes the play, and that's the first out here in this half inning.
The batter, the third baseman, Cam Smith.
Well, Cam Smith was a 2-run shot in the third. Is 1 for 2 tonight. Wind up and the pitch. That one is fouled off, and the count now at no balls and 1 strike. Here's the 0-1. That one hit directly to Cedeno, and that's quickly 2 gone. Austin Deming coming out now. He's 1 for 2, tripled last time up. Here's the pitch. That one high in the air. Up in right field will make the play, and that's the half inning over. Well, no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for Corpus Christi. We're midway through the sixth inning, and the Hook's out in front by 5-0. Yendry Rojas, Cedeno, and Leo Dallas DeVries will get things going in the bottom of the sixth when we come back. Bottom half of the sixth inning set to go for San Antonio right now. The Missions Baseball Network. Well, here is Yendry Rojas, 7 center field area for the base hit. So now San Antonio getting in there and getting that base hit. And so far, pretty good on that. Here is Nerwillian Cedeno as he comes in. And the pitch. That's right there. Line drive, and that's also a base hit. Well, San Antonio trying to make a little push here in the bottom half of the sixth inning. And so far, pretty good there, John. Yeah, I bet it is. Here is Leo Dallas DeVries as he comes in. And the pitch. And that's going to be right there. Line drive. That's a base hit. All the way to the wall. And here comes another one. And San Antonio finally gets on the board. It's now a 5-2 ball game. Boy, and San Antonio trying to avoid the constant danger of losing tonight. Only tonight and tomorrow still exists. That one is high fly in the air. And in time for the center field area. So Fabian is out on that one. And here is Romeo Sanabria. 1 for 2 single last time up. And it's ready to go here in this one. Wind up and the pitch. And that's going to be right there. Line drive. That's high in the air. And not in time as that'll hit the left field. But anyway, yes, San Antonio came back and put 2 runs on the board, which that was pretty interesting.
The center fielder,
Joshua Mears is 0 for 2, a pop out and a ground out.
Mears.
So pretty good on that one. They get something going. Slider down and in. It's 1 ball and no strikes. It's 0 for 2 tonight. Fenway through this half inning is 7 in the start of his bottom of 6. Here's the pitch. And that is right there, line foul. And the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, runner at second. Corpus Christi up by 3. And that's an inside strike. The count now at 0-2. Well, 1 ball, 2 strikes. I do apologize about that. And here's a 1-2 delivery. That one is hit high in the air up to the right field, shy of the warning track, and that ends the inning. Leo Dallas DeVries gets 1, but also 2 coming in on 2 base hits. We head to the 7th, and Corpus Christi leading this one 5-2. We're back here as Zach Cole, Jaworski, and Lavastida get ready to go. Now set to go for the next inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Zach Cole is coming in. 7-8-9 due up against Omar Cruz. Now getting into the 7th inning here in San Antonio, Texas. As that one is in for a strike. The count now at 0-1. We are 82 degrees tonight. Temperature is dropping a little bit more, and tonight is cloudy with the fireworks show, and the whole sky should be lighted up pretty nicely. That one high fly in the air. Fabian in pursuit, and that is out number 1.
The batter, number 1.
You know, and I gotta say, it is very nice that when we have New Year's after the holidays, such as Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, well, the New Year's comes in, everybody shoots off fireworks at midnight. On January 1st, on New Year's Day. Gotta say, we are not far from that new year. And it's right there in the end for a code strike, and the count now at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Right there, fouled off and still hanging on. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And that one's down and in as 1-2. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. And that is out number 2.
Now batting, catcher Brian
Lavastida 0 for 2 and 2 groundouts. Here's the pitch. It is in for a strike, and the count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That is outside foul, and the count now 0-2. Well, gotta say, partner, tomorrow is it. Our last day. Our last gameplay, and so far vacation time is on the horizon. And I gotta say, John, absolutely right. And for everybody that knows that day's coming, I'm glad everybody came out to the ballpark this summer just to have fun. Right there to Castagnon, and that is out number 3. 7th inning stretch coming up here at the ballpark. Corpus Christi out in front, 5-2. Castagnon, Campbell, and Roederer will get things going. We'll have a new arm coming up for Corpus Christi when we come back from break. Well, hope you've had a pretty good seventh inning stretch, and we're about ready to get back to work for more Missions baseball.
Pitching for
Well, here is Jose Fleury. He is getting on the mound in relief.
Jose
The four-seam changeup slider and a curveball, two-seam fastball. So 5 pitches to choose from in this one.
leading off
Well,
for
I gotta
San
say,
Antonio,
Bob, pretty
the
good
first
on that.
baseman,
Thank you for all that. Marcos Castañon coming in as we're set to go for the last half of the seventh inning. Wind up and the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. The changeup and the count now at 0-1. Well, so far the Tulsa Drillers are surely beating up the Wichita Wind Surge. Boy, 9-1 in this one. Good tonight. Oh, bless you too there, John. Oh, goodness. Ugh. Marcos Castañon coming in and hits that one high in the air. Right there up in right field, and that is out number 1.
Number 7.
Oh, goodness. Well, I felt that one coming. Yeah, you sure did. Jacob Campbell coming in now. Is ready to go in the windup. That one, ground ball, straightaway third. Throws to first in time for the out, and there's
Now
2 down.
The designated hitter, Cole Roederer.
Well, Cole Roederer coming in is 0 for 2 and 2 flyouts. Two away, nobody on. Last of the seventh inning. That one fouled off. The count now at 0-1. Here's the pitch. And that one fouled off. The count now 0-2. Oof. Just probably a secondary wave of allergies, but evidently I don't feel that bad. Well, that will pretty much do. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on for San Antonio. We head to the 8th inning. Bastidas, Baez, and Encarnacion lead it off for Corpus Christi. 8th inning coming up. Top half of the 8th inning set to go for Corpus Christi, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Jesus Bastidas coming in as we get set for the top of the 8th. He'll launch that one out of play and foul, and the count now at 0-1. Corpus Christi having a 3-run lead here in this ball game. Hitting that one to straightaway center. Mears getting under it and making the play. And there is out number 1.
Now batting, right fielder,
Luis Baez is 2 for 3, double single, an RBI, and 2 runs. Seems like the pitcher, Omar Cruz, showing signs of maybe even fatigue or something. Well, hopefully not, John, but if it does, then evidently there will be a time where that manager comes out and relieves that starter out of relief. Encarnacion is 0 for 3 and 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Here's the 0-1. That is fouled off. The count now at 0-2. Tomorrow night's game is scheduled 7:05 with our last game of the season. And that one is bashed straight away out of play. But instead it will get into a home run distance. Boy, they ought to contest that home run. Now, I don't know if Corpus Christi had any means of cheating, but I hope they didn't. Well, anyway, Bob, we can look at the instant replay. And yes, they are going to contest that. And, oh boy, they have made a bad call right there. That should have been a foul ball and right outside that yellow foul pole. Well, I tell you one thing, they didn't look at the video enough, and so far that is just one thing that just kill it right there.
Number 24.
Well, Jason Blanchard is the next reliever coming in this ball game. Is a 4-seam slider, changeup, and a 2-seam fastball. I was wondering what that noise was. Sounded like a little motorcycle or something. Now in his high fly in the air up to center field. And that is out number 2. With that ball being out, and now Corpus Christi says they scored about 2 more runs in this half inning. Now 7-2. 1 for 3, 2-run shot back in the second inning. That is third baseman Cam Smith. Kind of reminds me of what happened in the previous seasons, that the Houston Astros would cheat and win at least 4 years in a row. Evidently being investigated about that was pretty much funny enough that they got caught cheating. No balls, 2 strikes right there. High fly, out of play. And the count now still holding on at 0-2. Corpus Christi leading by 7. 7-2, but that is 5 runs trailing is San Antonio. 0-2. And that's going to be right there. Line drive. That's a base hit. Campbell loses it. It rolls all the way to the wall. And that's a 2-out double. But anyway, both of the starting reliever and third baseman Yendry Rojas is running around like they have their heads cut off like a bunch of chickens out there, trying to look for that fastball. Austin Deming is the next batter up. He'll take in for a strike. 1 for 3 and a triple here this evening. So yeah, gotta say, one of them things. But anyway, download Atlas Earth and make some money. Gotta say, pretty good thing. Right there, slider in the count now, nothing and 2. So far, over the past couple of days, I've made at least $15 from Atlas Earth, which that is good. Here's the pitch right there, swing and a miss, and that will pretty much do it. But Luis Encarnacion gets a 2-run shot. Could have been a retracted 2 runs, because evidently that should have been a foul ball, but evidently they over-countered it, and now it's a 7-2 ball game. Well, Yendry, Rojas, Cedeno, and DeVries will get ready for the bottom of the 8th inning, and we're set to go right after we return. So Corpus Christi 7, San Antonio 2. Bottom half of the 8th inning set to go for San Antonio, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Yendry Rojas coming in, 7-8-9, due up against Jose Fleury. And away we go. That one is outside. It's a count now, 1 ball and no strikes. Seemed like 4,000 fans come out tonight, which that is pretty good. And the pitch. That one is right there, and that's a fair ball going all the way to the wall. Rojas getting up to second and now getting everybody in the stadium double meat cheeseburger coupons. How do you like that? Well, that was pretty good right there as getting in there. Norwellian Cedeno is 1 for 2. And that's a high pop-up right there. That could be an infield fly. And instead, they won't call it that.
Now batting, number 94.
Well, that'll bring in the next batter up. Leo Dallas DeVries, who was a 1 for 2 RBI double in the 6th. That right there is pretty good. Wind up and in for a strike. The count now at 0-1. Game almost over tonight. We do have one more inning for y'all. And that's going to be a liner straightaway up to right center. And that's going to get in for a base hit. Here comes the runner. And he's going to get the third safely, an RBI triple. And now here we go again, as what we saw last night for a Friday. That right there was pretty impressive. Left fielder is Albert Fabian. He comes in, takes that one right there, and in for another run is Fabian's RBI single that will bring in that runner. So now it's 7-4. Well, Corpus Christi leading by the 3 runs. And now Fleury is being out of this ball game, and a new pitcher coming out to the reserve.
Now pitching for Corpus Christi.
Miguel Ulola is coming in as a 4-seam slider, curveball, and a changeup. Will be in for Corpus Christi. Romeo Sanabria will be the next man up, as San Antonio is trying to fight back in this one. And that's going to be right there. He'll stop it. There's one. And not in time to overturn a double play. And there's 2 down. Well, San Antonio down to their final 4 outs tonight. Evidently, the ball game almost over here tonight. And here's the pitch. And that's going to be lofted. That is high. That is deep right there on the warning track. And the right fielder makes the play. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 1 left on. And we are going to the 9th inning. Corpus Christi leading 7-4 as we get ready to go. Zach Cole, Jaworski, and Lavastida round out for this one as we get ready for the 9th inning for Corpus Christi. Top of the 9th inning, set to go for Corpus Christi, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Zach Cole coming in as we lead off the 9th inning, 7-8-9, due up against Jason Blanchard. And here's the pitch. That's an inside strike. The count now at 0-1. 3-run lead for Corpus Christi, 7-4. It's the San Antonio Missions here tonight. Here's the 0-1, and that's an inside strike. The count now at 0-2. Here's a windup. That one is a high pop-up. Sanabria has eyes on it, and that is out number 1.
Now batting, shortstop, Chase Jaworski.
Well, that'll bring up the shortstop, Chase Jaworski. 0 for 3, strikeout, fly out, and a ground out. And the pitch. Right there, high fly, out of play. And the count now 0-1. All right, getting some final scores coming in. Amarillo winning 6-5 against the Arkansas Travelers there in North Little Rock, Arkansas. Midland shutting down Frisco 6-0. Springfield winning 2 runs against Northwest Arkansas. 3-1 the final score there at Riverboat Field, North Little Rock. Final score, Tulsa 10-1 there in Wichita. And that's going to be right there, line drive. Shortstop.
Now batting.
The shortstop takes it from there. It's a Leo Dallas DeVries. So Brian Lavastida coming in as he's 0 for 3. And that one's going to be a high pop-up and fouled off. The count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The windup and the pitch.
Inside, ball 1.
And that's an inside ball. The count now at 1-1. That one high fly in the air. Center fielder Mears makes the catch, and we're going to the bottom of the 9th. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on. Corpus Christi out in front of San Antonio by 3 at 7-4. So we'll have a new reliever coming up, and we'll be ready to go for the last half of the 9th inning straight ahead. Well, we head to the bottom half of the 9th inning right now in the Missions Baseball Network.
Now pitching for Corpus.
AJ Blue Ball coming in as he'll be the last reliever of the night.
Blue Ball.
4-seam slider, changeup, and a sweeper will get the closing door assignment. Blue Ball now pitching for Corpus Christi.
Leading up for San Antonio, the
first baseman is Marcos Castañon. 4, 5, and 6 against the new reliever out there. And here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. The count now at 0-1. Well, evidently, we come this far, and knowing that this game has been absolutely not a lot of scoring going on in this ball game, but evidently Corpus Christi has led the charge since the first inning. That one is right there, high in the air, up to center, and there's the out for out number 1.
Now batting, number 7.
So the right fielder, Jacob Campbell, coming in. He's 0 for 3, flied out in the second inning. And the pitch. That one right there. Ground ball, straight away, up to first. And they're 2 down.
Now batting, The designated
Well,
hitter,
one out left for San Antonio here tonight. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Cole Roederer. Boy, it looks like that San Antonio would just get this one going, and that's going to be out of play. The count now, 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs, nobody on. And here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Count now 1-1.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
1 ball, 1 strike, and a pitch. That one is lined high in the air, and that will pretty much do it for this game here tonight. Well, Corpus Christi winning Game 5 of this 6-game set. And so far, the Rebel Alliance winning against the Evil Galactic Empire. Pretty good on that one. Well, Amarillo gets that win there in Arkansas. So they'll be 64 and 66 in overall average. Arkansas is now 66 and 65. And so far, that will pretty much be it. So what a night it's been. Well, I got to say, partner, tomorrow is it. 1 more game and 1 more adventure this season as we get ready to wrap it up in the season finale of our last game. Well, anyway, Cam Smith was 2 for 4, a home run and 2 double. Logan Van Way is the winner for Corpus Christi. And the save will go to AJ Blueball. Ryan Oach will be the loss for San Antonio tonight. And so far, well, pretty good one here this evening. Well, we've got 1 home game left. And so far, boy, it's been a pretty good one here tonight. This homestand has been really going pretty fast. I mean, I would say. But anyway, we thank everybody for this great time tonight. And so far, join us tomorrow. And so far, our last ever Bark in the Park Sunday presented by our pet supply places, Petco, PetSmart, and so many others that come in to get something going. Well, anyway, for all of us here tonight, we thank y'all for a great time that we've had. And so far, Bob, how'd you like the ball game? Well, San Antonio tried coming back, but evidently they couldn't come back at some point. But, well, they score in 4 runs. That's pretty good. That sure is. Let's go over runs, hits, and errors first for the Corpus Christi Hooks. 7 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. For San Antonio, it's 4 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. So, yeah, pretty good one there tonight. And, yep, it was a pretty good one. Well, anyway, for all of us here in this Saturday night, you know, fireworks starting to go off, and yeah, the fans are really enjoying the fireworks show on a nice, cool Saturday night. Evidently, rain chances could pick up by tomorrow. But anyway, so far, pretty good night tonight. And yeah, it's been one heck of a ride. But tomorrow is the season finale of Missions Baseball here in the city of San Antonio. And then it's off to Springfield to wrap up 6 more games of the regular season, then it is 6 teams being eliminated and 4 teams going up to the Texas League playoffs and championship series as well. Well, for all of us on this Saturday night, our final score one more time: Corpus Christi 7 and San Antonio 4. We'll come back and see us once again as we get going for another great edition of Missions Baseball. And so far, pretty good on that. Well, got to thank our fans tonight for a great evening, and so far get home safe and come back one more time to see us. Well, anyway, have a good night, and yes, see y'all one more time. One more tomorrow. One more regular game of this regular season.